and he was looking at porn when he was single. And the thing is honestly, it's easy to justify, like, because you think to yourself, well, who am I really hurting? Like, I'm not having sex. I know God says it's a sin because I'm lusting in my mind's eye or whatever, but you're like, who am I hurting? That's the way that you justify it. But he had the same thing where that's okay. He had the same thing where he got married and he was having a hard time getting it up. And I'm like, which is crazy because it's like you're watching something that's not even real on the screen, and then you have the real thing in front of you, and you can't get an erection.
Yeah, so there's a couple of reasons of why that's going to happen. So what they've done with brain scans, I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
They've actually had people set up to MRI scans while watching porn, and it triggers a different response in your brain. So when you see a person, when you see a naked human being, like in real life, like if I had your wife standing here and she took her clothes off, your brain is going to trigger one response. When you see pornography, it doesn't trigger the response that responds to humans. It's the response of objects. So you're literally objectifying, like in your brain, like that's where the objectification through pornography comes from, is it's literally triggering the object transmitter in your brain, not the human transmitter. So that's one of the reasons why, is it's literally conditioning yourself to respond to others. And then we talked about it with the pleasure, the dopamine, like you just overstimulate it to where the real thing, like it doesn't do it for you. I've heard stories of guys that like can't get an erection without their hands on a keyboard. So yeah, I think we need to go
I
too
noticed
deep
actually.
into understanding like how humans are, but humans are just their habits, they're creatures of habit. So we develop these habits and routines and disciplines that's what we get used to. And if we overuse one response mechanism, that becomes our default.